Hi, I'm Leanne. I'm a lightworker and a mother to 3 special girls. I strive to continue learning, growing, and to collect new skills. I'm a psychic medium, Reiki master teacher, and Akashic record reader and energy healer. I am so excited to share what I've learned and what I'm going to learn and the ups and downs of life. Thank you for joining me on my journey. Welcome to Life of a Lightworker podcast. Hello and welcome. This week's card is from the Herbal Astrology Oracle Deck. My intention, as always, what do you, listening right now, need to hear, need to know about? What guidance do you need? And I have a card pop out. It is Rose Love, and I will be reading from the book. And I just want to say, I love how these cards are numbered, and it's really easy to find them in the book. You don't have to go through the front. You can just go straight to the number. Super easy. Love this deck. The pictures are beautiful. Highly recommend it to anyone. It can be used many, many different ways. I also like to sometimes use it as, what am I needing herbally at this moment? What could support my body? And then I'll pull from the deck with that intention. And it's very helpful for that as well, just to let you know. So the way that this book is, the first part has an introduction to the herb or the medicine that is on the card. So it has a bit of history and a little bit about it, and then they have the guidance. So I'm going to read just the guidance today. And I like how this one has the upright and reversed, and they have a little bit different meaning for both. And I picked it up upright, which is union, bliss, unconditional love, merging with the other oneness, nourishment, and purity. The guidance is, it is time to allow for greater love in your life. Allow the dance of trust and intimacy to heal and open your heart. Like the rose, you are rising from harsh soil. Through the path of thorns and challenges as you grow and bloom in your spiritual journey. Look deep into your heart and see where you might need more love and affection. The white dove reminds us that through childlike trust, we can navigate the most challenging of pathways with an undertone of joy and presence. Remember, you understand how love is the doorway, and through this sacred embodiment, you are able to birth anything into manifestation. Let all creativity, all sexual, and all nurturing connection be attuned to the vibrational powers of unconditional love. I feel like this has a lot to do with self-love. I feel like this has a lot to do with finding things within yourself to love and nurture. And through that, we find more love for other people. But a lot of us are focusing on love for other people over love for ourselves, or maybe finding love for ourselves through other people. But we are reminded that love comes from us within. And you can love other people to a greater extent when you feel love for yourself. Okay, I'll tune in and see if there's other messages in this card. The journey has never been outside of us. It has always been within. It has been twisted, and the view has been skewed for us to think and believe that the whole journey is outside. But the whole purpose is the internal world, the experience from within. And using your heart is the key player in guiding your way through this experience and your perception of the experience. It's how we were designed to view the world, and allowing ourselves to be vulnerable enough to see the world through our heart is brave, and it's how we were made. So once we start, it's easy to continue, but we need to start. That's the biggest step. And allowing each step to be a bigger and bigger chunk of your heart viewing the world. It feels like you start once with one section, and then you expand in each step, in each direction, in each area. There's a bit of being scared of being tentative. And that's normal from what we've been conditioned to do. But once we have stepped into it and we feel what it's like to live that way, there's no option to live another way because it feels so right. It feels so good. It feels like you were designed to live that way because we were. And when I ask, what are some ways that we could invite or embrace or open up to living more through our heart, more with love? And I got the answer of invited in. So setting the intention before an activity, before the day, you could have a set time frame if you want, that you will open your heart and allow the experiences to be lived through your heart. And I feel like there's going to be internal dialogue of when we are faced with it, we get a little scared, and talking to yourself where I feel like just trying, just seeing how it feels. It could be, I feel like talking to that part of your brain. This doesn't have to be forever. We can just try it, see how it feels. If it doesn't feel good, then we can step out. And I feel that would work for some people, but there's a lot of other people that it won't work for. I feel like a lot of energetic protection is needed, a lot of bright white light around you to help protect your heart as it's open, because a lot of us have closed our heart as a protective measure. So bringing in that bright white light is going to help protect and heal as we are living with our hearts fully open. And I feel like that's a really important step into feeling safe. And there's a lot of people that need baby steps. Don't do the scariest thing first. Do the thing that's just a little bit scary. And maybe set the intention to live your day with your heart on a day that has nothing really going on. No, we're not meeting anybody new. We're not having new experiences. You're living your normal, typical day, but with your heart open. And see how it feels. See the difference. And take more baby steps. And then, of course, those who like the challenge, be open for the challenge. And I feel this could be it's very unique to each individual person. There's no set one thing. The only set thing is setting the intention of this is what you want to do. And that is all that's needed, is setting the intention. And let me see if there's anything that could help us feel safe when our heart, and just the white light. It's just the white light. That's the biggest part of making us feel safe in that state. Let me see if there's any other messages for this card for this week. And I feel like when we're loving other people and we are a little bit too forgiving sometimes, or we pull into our boundaries to make them feel more comfortable, we're not holding our boundaries, it's because we're not loving ourselves enough to keep our boundaries firm, to know which ones are more of a gray zone and you have some give and take, and then some we're just like, no, this is it, you cannot cross it. Whereas before, when you don't love yourself, you don't have those boundaries, and they can just walk all the way through because you don't love yourself enough to stop. I feel like there's a lot of worthiness, and when you love yourself, you feel worthy, and it's very connected. So working on loving yourself, and we can do that by opening our heart and seeing what your heart is capable of, what you are capable of. You are so powerful. You are so strong. You are amazing. You are this soul that has no limits. You are amazing, and embody that. Remind yourself that you are amazing, and that all the parts of yourself, in your higher self, your soul, the universe, source, all your spirit team, they all love you and want you to love yourself. You're just a small part of your higher self, and the rest of you loves you so much. And why can't we love ourselves a little bit more? Love ourselves a little bit more like our higher self loves us. Because we are worthy. We don't have to be perfect. A higher self wants us to be imperfect, because that's how you grow. That's how you have different experiences. If you have a perfect experience every time with no problems and nothing that's different or in quotes wrong, it's boring. You don't have this varied experience. The higher self wants all those things that make you unique, that maybe make you not love yourself as much. Those experiences are important. And loving those experiences for what they are, loving those parts of yourselves for what they are. And if you really don't like them, if they don't feel aligned with who you want to be, yes, you can move forward and you can bring more love for other people and yourself into your life and improve. Like if you're too harsh or too critical of yourself or other people, yes, move into more love. But that the way you were thinking has an experience to it that your soul wanted to have, that you needed to have in order to grow. So instead of saying that was bad or I hate that part, say, oh, that was an experience. I learned a lot from that. There was a lot of things that I wouldn't have experienced or I wouldn't have felt if that wasn't a part of my life. So take that for what it is and move on. I feel like looking at our lives and other people's lives as experiences that we're having, things that we're learning, and not necessarily good or bad things. Having that view takes a lot more, takes the heaviness out of it and makes it easier to just move on without holding on to all that baggage and all that weight. So maybe that perspective will help you in some way. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a wonderful week. If you want to get in contact with me, my website is spruceenergyhealing.com. On Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, I'm all Spruce Energy Healing. And again, thank you for listening. I'll talk to you next time.